Hi, you've reached Joyce Barnett's channel, and we're going to talk about 10 things that buyers do not love when they're looking for a home to purchase. The first thing is popcorn ceilings. If you're out looking for a home and you see a house that has popcorn ceilings, beware, because the popcorn ceilings can be a real pain to take down. You have to wet them first and then scrape them off. And if they have asbestos in them, then they have to be disposed of, and it's very expensive to get rid of the old popcorn ceilings. You can't just throw the material in the trash can. So if you're looking to purchase a home, that's one thing you got to really look out for, is if it does have the popcorn ceilings, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to get rid of it? Are you going to keep it, or are you going to have it taken down? It's very expensive to have a professional take it down. Okay, so anyway, and the next one that we're going to talk about, the number 2 would be the oak cabinets in the kitchen. Oak cabinets in the kitchen are old and outdated, and people just don't like them. So the thing is, they're going to either paint over those, which can cost quite a bit of money, because if you're painting over oak, you have to prep it properly and put a lot of undercoat on it to get all the grain out of it if you're painting it a different color so that it looks right. So think twice about that. Okay, and number 3 would be wall-to-wall carpet. People do not like carpet. Carpet absorbs everything. It doesn't really clean well. You can vacuum it, but the problem is all that junk gets in there and it's hard to get out. You can try cleaning the carpet. The problem is, if it gets into the pad, odors, if they had pets, the pad usually needs to be replaced. Even if the carpet seems like it's in okay condition, if the pad has an odor, then you're looking at ripping all that out. And buyers just don't want to deal with carpeting. It's not real clean, and it's a pain to try to keep clean. It's just so much better to get laminate flooring or tile, because it's so much easier to clean. And people look at that when they go to buy a house. They definitely look at the flooring. That's one big thing that they look at when they're purchasing a home. Glass block walling. That is something that is very outdated from 1980 and 1990, and people just don't care for it. So if you're putting your home on the market, it might be a good idea just to get rid of that before you actually list the home. Just renovate it and have it taken out, because buyers just hate that. They hate that it's that much outdated, that they're going to have to do something with that. Buyers always look at, well, how much is this going to cost me to renovate? So that could stop the house from selling or getting a decent price on your home if it's really outdated. Okay, so anyway, number 5 would be shiny brass fixtures. So that's definitely out. What they are doing with the fixtures, that would be like your door handles and your cabinet handles, or anything that is shiny brass is definitely out. Matte black or brushed nickel is definitely a lot better. So if you're thinking of doing any type of remodeling, that's one thing to take into account if you're putting your home on the market and you're going to be doing some type of upgrading to try to bring it up to date, is to get rid of the brass and replace it. Okay, so now the next one would be number 6 is floral wallpaper borders. I mean, that went out such a long time ago. I want to say it's been 15 years, 20 years ago that went out, and you know, people still have where they have a border around the room at the top, and it's a floral border. It really makes the room look dated, and that's something to definitely get rid of if you're putting your home on the market and you want to try and get a decent price on it, and it looks really very, very outdated. And they're not that hard to take down. So, because it's just a border, it's not the whole wall. Okay, number 7, old laminate countertops. Those are out. Like, let's say the speckled granite type countertops are out. Quartz is in, so that's one thing to take into account if you're going to remodel. Granite's kind of starting to go out. People are getting tired of granite now for some reason. A lot of people do have granite. One thing, it does crack. Some people won't get it because they think it cracks. But if you're looking at quartz countertops, that's definitely a better choice if you're going to be doing any countertops in your kitchen or your bathroom. Okay, number 8 would be oversized TV built-in units. People don't care for those anymore. They were big 10, 15 years ago. Everybody was getting them, but now people just aren't into that. And there's so many different size TVs now that, it only fits a certain size. And then you have to renovate that and take that out if you don't like it. It can take up part of the space. So people are just not getting those anymore. No built-in TV nook areas. They're just gone. So, okay. Number 9, vertical blinds are out. People just aren't into the vertical blinds. People are putting in drapes. Different nice plush drapes are the new thing now. So, and then you can change them out. If you have a rod, you can change that out. You're not stuck with just vertical blinds. People are tired of that. And so that's one trend that's going out. Okay, number 10, mirrored wardrobe doors. People don't like those. They crack easy. If you got kids, it's the worst thing you can have, because if they bump into it, or if they, they're playing in the room and they bump into the mirrored wardrobe, it breaks. So they're just not functional. Feng Shui basically says that mirrors in the bedroom is the worst thing you can have. And it's harder to sleep when you have a lot of mirrors in the bedroom. So people are just not getting these mirrored wardrobe doors. Plus they're expensive, especially if it's right in front of the bed. It keeps you awake. And it's just not something that people like anymore. It's just kind of gone out of style, out of trend. So anyway, this is just some of the stuff that people just are not into anymore. So if you have any of this in your house, you might want to think about getting rid of some of that stuff and renovating it before you put it on the market, because it's basically out of style, out of trend. People don't like it anymore. So if you like it and you live in the house and you're not going to sell it, then, keep it. But, I think that people definitely need to keep up with the trends. Otherwise, your house is going to look really outdated. Thank you for watching. And if you do like these videos, please like and subscribe. Okay, so anyway, I will see you in the next video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.